Hello, today we are going to learn about list methods in Python. So far, we've seen that lists allow us to store multiple items together in one variable. But lists are more than just storage containers. Python provides methods, which are built-in functions that let us modify and manipulate lists easily. Today we will focus on 5 common list methods: append, count, index, insert, and pop. Let's start with append. This method adds a new item to the end of the list. Think of it as adding a new entry to your to-do list. If we have a list and we use append, the new item will be placed at the end of the list. For example, let's say we start with an empty list. If we append the word forward, the list will now contain just that item. Now let's talk about count. This method tells us how many times a specific item appears in the list. Imagine you are counting how many times the word forward appears in the list. If it appears once, count will return 1. If we had added forward multiple times, the count would reflect that. Next, we have index. This method tells us the position of an item inside the list. Remember, Python lists use zero-based indexing, meaning the first item is at position 0, the second item is at position 1, and so on. So if we ask for the index of forward and it's the first item, it will return 0. Now let's move to insert. This method allows us to add an item at a specific position in the list instead of just appending it to the end. Imagine you have a shopping list and you want to insert an item in the middle rather than adding it to the end. That's exactly what insert does. For example, if we have Ford in position 0 and then BMW in position 1, but we want to add Chevrolet between them, we can use insert to place it at position 1. Everything after it moves one step to the right. Finally, let's talk about pop. This method removes an item from the list and returns it. By default, if we call pop without specifying a position, it will remove the last item. However, if we provide a specific position, pop will remove and return that item. For example, if our list contains Ford and BMW, and we call pop with position 0, it will remove Ford and return it. The list will now only contain BMW. So, let's summarize. Append adds an item to the end of the list. Count tells us how many times an item appears. Index finds the position of an item. Insert places an item at a specific position, and pop removes an item and returns it. Now let's try an example with animals. Let's create a list of animals and practice using these methods. First, we create an empty list. We append lion to it, then print it. Next, we create another list and append tiger to it, then print that list too. Now we combine the two lists together by adding them and print the result. Then, we insert snake into the second position and print the final list. As you can see, lists are flexible and easy to modify with these methods. They allow us to manage collections of data efficiently. Now let's try some additional exercises. First, use append to add the word lion to a list. Next, use count to check how many times the number 2 appears in a list. Then, use index to find the position of the number 7 inside another list. After that, use insert to add the number 100 into the 4th position of a list. Finally, use pop to remove and return an item from a list. That's it for today's lesson on list methods. Thank you for listening, and see you in the next lesson.